If I was sitting next to my daughter in San Diego on Saturday night, it could have been even worse. I was sitting next to my. All right, everybody, but you have to be joyous. It's joyous time. It's raining. It's raining men. No, it's not. It's always good because Simchat Torah and Halloween are always around the same time. So, all right. And good Yontif, everybody. This is kind of like the end of the holidays, too. It's the end of a holiday. So we're going to need everybody to sing along, participate, be part of this freiliche time, this joyous time, this happy time. So I'm going to turn it over to our new duo. This is our debut of a new duo with the Rick. We're Sonny and Cher, Rick and Wendy. Well, we're very lucky because we have not just a guitar but a bass too. We got. All right.
It's all about the bass.
This is just a business arrangement. Fun one.
Fun business arrangement.
All about the bass. All right, we are here together to celebrate. Please sing with us. Inimato. Don't be afraid to clap. Inimato. Umanai. Shivira. So good. It's right up there on the screen. It is so good to be here to pray with you tonight. It is so good to be here and pray with you tonight. We are gathered here together to join in joyful prayer, lifting our hearts and souls in song to the sacred space we share. Hinemato, Hinemato, Umanayim, Shivirachim Gam Yachad. Hinemato, Umanayim, Shivirachim Gam Yachad. Shivirachim Gam Yachad. Shivirachim Gam Yachad.
That beautiful song is by Wendy. This one is by Dan Nichols. It's a song that I use a lot that includes the Torah blessing, which we say before we read the Torah. The really easy part of it goes like this. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. That's like 2/3 of the song. You guys can do this. Here we go. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. So much louder. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Even louder, come on guys. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. And it goes like this. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah, la'asok b'divrei Torah, sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sing it super loud. Sweet as let us soak it up.
Sweet as
let it all
honey,
sink in.
Sweet as honey on
Sweet words of Torah.
Sweet as honey,
sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. One more time, let's hear you. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue.
So tonight we're going to do a few things, and we're going to do them in a way that hopefully is going to help us celebrate and rejoice with the Torah, which is what this holiday is called, Simchat Torah. Rejoicing with the Torah. I'm muted. Well, they can hear me. They can hear me. Anyways, yes, but we do have people that are watching with us, and we want to welcome everyone who's watching with us virtually tonight. But we also, tonight, though, we are cognizant of the fact that this is a school night, and they do not give off for Simchat Torah in the Heart District or the elementary school districts here, believe it or not. I know it's shocking, but they don't. So we are so we are going to do a couple things. So we're going to, as I said, we're going to finish the Torah. We're going to start the Torah, and in the middle of that, we're going to rejoice and dance with the Torah. So we're going to read the very last words of Deuteronomy, Devarim, and then we're going to turn back tonight and read the beginning of Genesis. And so those first verses that we read tonight are going to kick off a whole new year of Torah study. We just started the new year a couple weeks ago. We started Rosh Hashanah literally like 3 weeks ago. And so now as we come to the end of Sukkot, at the end of our high holiday season, we're going to start the Torah cycle as well. Believe it or not, we actually study Torah all the time. So we have Torah study tomorrow morning. Tuesday, we were reading the book of Kings, and we're reading the story of Elisha, the prophet, which is not from the Torah, the first 5 books, but it's from the Torah, the Tanakh. It's from the whole Bible. And we're going to read about Elisha. We're going to read about Elijah and the chariot of fire tomorrow at 9 o'clock. If you want to watch, or then you can always watch later because we record it. It's up on our YouTube channel. And the Torah has amazing stories in it. Some of them are for kids and some of them are not for kids. And some of them seem like they're going to be a story for kids, and then it turns out not to be a story for kids. Like tomorrow, the story we're going to read about Elisha, who gets teased by a bunch of children for being bald. It's not a very nice thing to do to a prophet of the Lord. And Elisha decides to release wild bears on these children. That's not a children's story. There are children involved in the story, but it's not a children's story. So when I tell people it's not a book for the children, I'm serious. But there are obviously lessons, and we start teaching our children Torah from a very early age. And then Wednesday night, we're going to actually be reading Exodus, the second book of the Torah that we've been reading for the last several months, and that's Wednesday nights at 7. So again, those are open to people on Zoom. They're here at the temple, and they're also up on our YouTube channel, so you can watch the previous classes. But it's great to have some people in our classes who are here tonight, and they'll attest to the fact that when we really study Torah, what's amazing is we realize that we're carrying a treasure. It's not just a book that we carry on Simchat Torah. Hopefully, it's not just something that we hold and don't open, but that we open it up and we study it. And as the prayer just said, la'asok b'divrei Torah, that's a Hebrew word. What we like to say is we're soaking in the words of Torah. It is not what la'asok means. La'asok in Hebrew literally means to busy ourselves, to work in Torah. But we also like to say that we're soaking in Torah too. So this is an interesting blessing that we just said. We sang it, but we're also going to do it. We're going to study Torah. And so we're going to open up right now with the very first thing we're going to do is read from our small Torah scroll, and then we're going to bring out the Torah and actually unravel it for everybody in just a moment. But as we take out the Torah right now, we're going to open up the ark, and we're going to say the words that we say when we open up the ark. We're going to ask everyone to rise. Ein kamocha. Vein kamasecha. Malchutecha malchut kol olamim, umemshaltecha bechol dor vador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch leolam vaed.
Adonai oz amo yitein.
Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. Av harachamim etiva virtzonecha et Zion tivnei chomot Yerushalayim tivnei chomot Yerushalayim kivecha levad batachnu melech el ram venisa adon olamim. And now we're going to say the words of the Shema. We're going to say the words of Shema in Echad Eloheinu. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. And repeat. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo.
Gadlu Adonai iti uneromima Shemo Yachdav. Now the difference of what we're going to do right now is we're actually going to read the very first lines of the Torah before we carry the Torah around. Because we're going to carry the Torah around in just a moment. We're going to ask everyone to be seated, but I want to call up Neil Scott to help us with the blessing over the very last verses we're going to do. Yeah. You're looking at me like I'm crazy. No. Okay. All right. All right, so all right, and so now Neil, as the Chasan Torah, as the groom of the Torah, is going to say the blessing over the very last section that we're going to read. So ready? If you want to take your talit, take your talis, tzitzit, touch right there.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach leolam vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach leolam vaed. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach leolam vaed. Oh, sorry. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'nu mikol hamid v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Velo kam naviod beYisrael kemoshe asher yadu Adonai panim al panim lechol ha'otot ve'hamoftim asher shalchu Adonai la'asod be'eretz Mitzrayim lefaro ve'lechol avodav ve'chol artso ולכל היד האזקה, ולכל המורא הגדול, אשר עשה משה לעיני כל ישראל. If you want to take your talis. There you go.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'torahenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yes, your call. Thank you for Chasan Torah, for the bridegroom of the Torah. And we want to thank Neil and the whole Scott family for providing pizzas tonight. That was their treat tonight for the pizzas. And so we want to thank them for the pizza and for all of that stuff that we just got to share. And again, they also, over the years, have also brought some of the bottles that we're enjoying too. So we don't want to forget that. So thank you guys. And we're going to now take the Torah and we're actually going to unravel the Torah for everyone to see. Are we going to do that first or are we going to dance with the Torah? What are we going to do? Dancing first. Okay, so we're going to dance first before we unravel. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. But I want to tell you something. We're going to need everyone's help tonight because we don't have enough adults to handle. We have kids here, and that's great. It's great on a school night that we have some of our younger friends. But we're going to need everyone's help to unravel the Torah. I was kind of hoping we were going to get some friends to help us with holding the Torah, but we're going to need everyone's help because we're going to, in a moment, we're going to unravel the Torah and give everyone a chance to hold it. And we're going to look at it, and we're going to surround ourselves. We're going to literally wrap ourselves in the Torah. Usually we wrap the Torah, but this time the Torah is going to wrap around us. So we're going to do some hakafot now. We're going to take the Torah and the other Torahs that we have, and we're going to dance with them. And we're going to call up people to help lead us in these songs. And that's when we're going to see, for the first time, instead of song sheets, we're actually going to put the songs up on the wall so you'll be able to follow along. And people at home will be able to have them because Michael's also sharing them on the screen. So you'll be able to sing at home. And I don't know if you're going to want to dance at home, but you can. We won't know. And it's not silly to dance at home. You can dance at home. Tom Cruise did it, right? And so we're going to call up for the first aliyah. And people know that we always do some sports-related aliyot. So I want to call up all of the people who are Dodger fans who are mourning right now like me. But we're supposed to be joyous today. So we want to ask all of our Dodger fans to come up and dance with the Torah. Of course, we need all of them to help us with the hakafot. So here's one Torah. So we're going to ask everyone to stand up. Everyone to stand up. Oh, now you're a Dodger fan. Shalom, shalom, Eveinu shalom. Come on, guys, come over. Guys. Alechem. Eveinu shalom. Yeah, you got to dance. Shalom alechem. Eveinu shalom alechem. Eveinu shalom alechem. Eveinu shalom, shalom, shalom alechem. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kol anshama hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol anshama All right, so for the second aliyah, we want to call it, the second hakafot, for the second dance around, we want to call up people, and I saw some of you were saying there, for the people that are still hoping and praying for the Yankees to win, or I'm going to say, because there's not enough Yankee fans here, Neil. There's not enough Yankee, and that game now has been postponed, by the way, until tomorrow. So we're going to ask any of, not just Yankee fans, but any American League fans. You can be rooting for, I don't know who's going to root for the Astros, but if you're rooting for the Astros, or you root for the Angels, if you root for the hapless Angels, please take the Torah too. Or you're rooting for the Twins or the Red Sox, or I don't know, whoever.
I don't want this Torah.
All right, ready? Second hakafah. Ready, go. Gilu v'kol ohaveh hakol ohaveh, sisu et Yerushalayim Giluva, Giluva kol ohaveh.
Same thing again.
Sisu et Yerushalayim Giluva, Giluva kol ohaveh, kol ohaveh. Sisu et Yerushalayim Giluva, Giluva kol ohaveh. Are you going to come dance with us? Who are you rooting for? Huh? Both? So you can dance with us. Kol hayom vekol halayla, vekol halayla, sisu et Yerushalayim Giluva, Giluva kol ohaveh, kol ohaveh, sisu et Yerushalayim Giluva, Giluva kol ohaveh. Kol hayom vekol halayla, al homotayich David kareti shomri, kol hayom vekol halayla. So, last year we were just kind of coming out of COVID, and we didn't have the same kind of Simchat Torah celebration that we had in years past, but better than we had had the year before when we didn't even have a celebration in 2020. It was the first time we had ever not had a Simchat Torah celebration. So we want to do something a little different. I want to call up everybody, and we want everybody to carry the Torah, at least dance with the Torah once. We want to have this is a weird one. I've never done this one before. I want to have everyone who's recovered from COVID during the last year to come up and dance with the Torah. Because you're here, you're healthy, you're still alive, and you've recovered from COVID. And that's a lot of people, by the way. There's a lot of, that should be a lot of people. If you're not dancing with the Torah, you're probably lying. All right. Who's Jude? Okay, come here. You got it.
Trust me with this?
You got it? This is the third hakafah. Third hakafah for our COVID rehabilitation. COVID rehabilitation hakafah. Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Etagel Haaretz, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Etagel Haaretz. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umlo. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umlo.
Yiram hayam,
Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umlo. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam. Ooh, that was hard, huh? All right, well, I want to tell you something. I didn't see enough people dancing and singing with the Torah because I think some people had COVID the year before and you didn't dance. So I should have actually, I would have. I had the year, the year whatever. This past year? Oh, okay. We did? I don't even remember. No, it was 2021. Yeah, it wasn't 2022. It was 20.
Take a laugh, Mark.
No, I wasn't. She's wrong. Oh, we didn't have it this year. Wait a second. Wait. Now I can't even remember.
That's right.
When was that? I don't even remember. I have brain fog. I don't even remember when I had it. It's brain fog.
I think we had it in 22. I don't remember.
don't forget it.
She has brain fog.
Keep it going.
I don't know. I can't even think about it. All right. So the fourth hakafah doesn't matter. We had it.
He had it before me.
I did.
He may have had it.
I maybe. Anyways, if it was. I said I had brain fog still, so it's not funny. Anyway, why you can't make a COVID joke like that?
Apparently you can.
I don't All right, so the fourth Hakafah is going to be something now that we can do this, and we have done these before. We have a very we know we have a very special trip planned this next year, which is going to Israel. We're going to Israel as a temple. Not everybody, but some of us are. About 25 people from the temple, and about another 20 people from other places, including Valencia United Methodist, San Diego United Methodists are coming with us to Israel. 45 people, 47 actually people are going to Israel, so including myself. So we're very excited about that trip. But anybody who's going on a special trip, you don't have to be going to Israel. If you're going on a special journey this year, coming up, between now and September, I want you to come up to dance with the Torah. You don't have to hold the Torah, but come up. If you have a special journey that you know you're going on. So we know that John is going to Israel. We know that Rosemary's going to Israel. We know that somebody is going to go on a special trip. You got to dance and sing with the Torah. Who else is going to? Okay, who's else? Who wants to hold his Torah? Yes, of course. Where's he going? Where's he
We're
going?
going to Denver.
Yeah, there you go. Just go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Come on. Devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Ha'olam omed. Al shlosha devarim. Al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim ha'olam omed. Al shlosha devarim. Shlosha devarim ha'olam omed. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim ha'olam omed. Al shlosha devarim. All right, so now for the fifth Hakafah. Even if you haven't traveled or are traveling somewhere special this next year, we want to call up. You got to listen up, everybody. For the fifth Hakafah, we want to call up everyone who was born outside of the state of California, not in another country, in the United States. I want to clarify because maybe there's another one coming up. But anyone who was born in another state besides California, you can come up now to dance with the Torah. So all those who were born outside of California, this is your Hakafah. And this is your, but not out, you had to be born in America. Sorry. This is only for Americans. Sorry. No, there's another one coming up. Don't worry. So any non-Californians, get up here to dance with the Torah. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Torah tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Torah tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Tzivanu Moshe, Torah, Melech Yisrael, Chai, Chai, V'Kayim, David 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 Melech Yisrael, Chai, Chai, V'Kayim. Okay, so we had up here carrying the Torahs, we had New York represented.
New York.
We had a few New York. Where else? Elise?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Illinois.
Illinois.
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Suzanne is New York too. So you can see we had many states represented here, even in this small town of Santa Clarita. We have a great deal of diversity. But guess what the next one is? This one is always a fun one, because no matter what, at our synagogue, we always have some people who were not even born in the United States. And we want to signify how wonderfully diverse and special this community is, because we want to call up people who were not born in this country. These immigrants who are here and who are very important to our. So we have. Let's. Okay, Rita's got to come up. Rita is born in Egypt. Try beating that one. And then we have Tracy that was born in the United Kingdom. She's British. And Eddie was born. Anyone know where Eddie was born? Wait, see if anyone knows. Where? Israel. That's right. He's an Israeli. You didn't even know that. Okay.
My arm is hurting.
Do we have nobody else who's born in any other country? Egypt, Israel, England. All right. I'm going to carry this on behalf of Rita. Usana ve'ana titaleh, ele hamda libi. Usana ve'ana titaleh. I'm taking it for Rita. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm taking it for Rita. Rita can't carry it right. Hamda libi. Usana ve'ana titaleh. Ele hamda libi, usana ve'alna titaleh. Ele hamda libi, usana ve'alna titaleh. Oh, we gotta change the song. We gotta change the song.
Shalom, 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 shalom.
Well, let me see. Where does that shirt say?
Shalom, shalom,
A
shalom.
skateboarding shirt. We're going to search.
Let's hear shaloms, people.
Shalom, 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 shalom.
It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it. All of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it. All of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom.
So, for this last Hakafah, thank you guys. That was great. That was a great song for us, couple songs, for us to celebrate our diversity in our community. So, it is weird to think that even again, in our little group tonight, that we had many countries represented, many different cultures. So we're going to do one last hakafah, and this one, I don't know why I'm out of breath. It wasn't that hard, but I'm out of shape. So everybody, no, this actually, you could be in this next hakafah. So if you are in this next year undertaking something new, like you're studying a new language, you're studying a new musical instrument, right? That could be in this. If you're studying something new at school, if you're studying a new subject at school, if you're undertaking a new project at on your house, like adding a piece of something in your house, or maybe even buying a new house, or helping other people buy a new house, Rosemary, you can come up for this for this honor of doing new projects. So this is specifically for people who are coming up for new projects that you're undertaking, something exciting. It doesn't even have to be something, you don't have to tell anybody what you're doing. You don't have to share what it is.
It's okay.
You got it. It's your workout. Oh, maybe a new workout program. Your new Torah. Yisrael Chai. Yisrael Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. Amen. 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 Yisrael 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 Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai. It's not up. Our song thing went, but I will tell you, that was our last song. So, well, that's not our last song.
Oh, it's not the last song.
It's not our last song. It's our last hakafah. So I apologize for saying it's our last song. It's hardly our last song, but that was our last hakafah. So for everyone that has hopefully danced and sung a little bit, got a little of their energy out, I do want to tell you that I have more candy, so it's
Better hide.
Jude, gather this up. We can give it out at Halloween. We'll save money. It's all fun and games till the rabbi puts out your eye with an M&M.
You need safety goggles. Safety goggles.
all right. Nate, why don't you bring this Torah up? So now we're going to do something very special, and we're going to need everybody's help because we're going to unravel the Torah, and we are going to need everybody to help us. So we need you to stand up where you are, and we're going to make a circle around the middle of the sanctuary because we're going to actually now unravel the Torah and roll it back up. So we just finished the last words of Deuteronomy, which say there was no prophet that ever arose like Moses amongst the Jewish people, who did all these wonderful miracles in Egypt. There was never another prophet like him, who did all these miracles in front of the eyes of all Israel. And we are the last word of the Torah. So Marcia is going to actually hold the last piece. So Marcia, you want to hold the top too? No, the top. Spread out. Yeah, we should spread out. Top. No, the top.
Oh, got it.
Can you do it?
Got it.
You're good with that?
Am I going?
Yeah, everybody get ready to hold on to it. Cause we're rolling.
So we're going to hold it on the outside.
Rolling. Rolling up the Torah. We'll be rolling, rolling, rapture, fills me up with rapture, feeling like a mother, even though I'm not well. Victoria, keep on burning. I say the Jewish people keep on learning, and we'll be rolling, 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 rolling up the Torah. And we'll be rolling, 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 rolling up the Torah.
I know, it's more some people are just spread out.
Yeah, you guys run out over.
Everybody spread out.
Got me a job at the temple, rolling up the Torah on Simchat Torah, scrolling through the scripture, fills me up with rapture, feeling like the mother, even though we're not. Big Torah keeps on turning, Jewish people keep on learning. Rolling,
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 rolling up the Torah.
rolling up the Torah.
Rolling,
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 rolling.
rolling up the Torah.
Early every Saturday morning, the counter's singing loud so we can stay awake. The maidens getting skittish, waiting for the kiddish, longing for the herring and the honey cake. Well, the big Torah keeps on turning, and all the Jewish people keep on learning. And we'll be rolling, rolling, rolling up the Torah. So we'll be rolling, rolling, rolling up the Torah.
Every Shabbat there's a ruckus, vying for the covet of the Baruch Hu. Offering Aliyah where everyone can see ya. Bubby schlepping knockers cause they're calling on you.
Big Torah keeps on turning, and the Jewish people keep on. Everybody sing with us, rolling, rolling,
Rolling,
rolling,
rolling,
rolling up the Torah. Say when we rolling,
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 rolling up. Even louder, here we go, rolling,
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 rolling up the Torah. One more time, we're rolling, rolling,
rolling.
rolling up the Torah. We're gonna take it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll.
That was fantastic.
We clap.
And you know what? I think that was definitely a song where the bass made a huge difference. Don't you think, Rick?
It's all about the
Nice
bass.
stuff, yeah.
It's very good. It's good to have a little bass on it. All right. So we want to jump
Why
around.
don't we start reading? I just stand here for
She
next
was
year.
gonna do her Tina- Wait, was gonna do her Tina Turner.
All right, see you guys Friday.
So we're gonna show everybody the parts of the Torah that we're gonna read.
Your microphone.
What?
It's muted again.
So we're going to show everybody the Torah. So we're going to read from this part right now where Nate's holding it. Bereshit bara Elohim. We're going to read that in just a second. We're going to read the very beginning of it, and we're going to roll back to this point, the part we start, which is the very beginning. The very beginning, God created heaven and earth. So as we go through Genesis, and as we go through the next few months, all the way through the fall, and as we go through the winter, we're going to be reading all the way through the story of Abraham, the story of Isaac, And Jacob, and interestingly, and I was making this point at High Holidays, that there is how much of the story is the story of Jacob and Joseph. So you can see it actually where Jacob's story starts is right here, right there, where John's holding it. Right there is Ve'ele Toldot Yitzchak, the sons of Isaac. So from here to where John is the story from Abraham, from creation, Noah and Abraham, to Isaac, and then his sons. And from right where John is, all the way over to right here, where Suzanne is, that's all the rest of Genesis. That's all the Jacob and Joseph story. So from where John is all the way over to there, that's Jacob, and there's Joseph, and this is all the Joseph story, all the way to here. So you can see it's actually more columns than the creation all the way to through Isaac and Jacob. It goes all the way over to here. So this is where Exodus starts, and that's where Exodus starts. And when we get over here to where Rosemary is, one of the coolest things that we can actually see in the Torah, because you can actually see it wherever you are the waves of the Red Sea, the Sea of Reeds. And there you can see Mi Chamocha by Elim Adonai, the words we sing when we cross the Sea of Reeds. And so that's where Exodus chapter 15 is. So you can see from where about Suzanne is to Rosemary, that's 15 chapters of the Torah. And then in the next Torah portion is Yitro, the story where we actually get at Mount Sinai the 10 Commandments. And where Sophia is, she's got the 10 Commandments right in front of her. Lo tignov, lo tirtzah. It's right there. The 10 Commandments are right there. And that is where Exodus is. And right now where we're studying in our Exploring Exodus is the story of the building of the Mishkan, the tabernacle, which is right about where Rick is where that is. And the Mishkan, the construction starts there and goes all the way to right here between Wendy and Sheldon. This is Vayikra, the third book of the Bible. And it says Vayikra, El Moshe Vaydaber Adonai. And it says right here, Leviticus, it starts and goes all the way over here are all the laws of the priests. What the temple was supposed to be, how they were supposed to do sacrifices, and how they were supposed to take care of the people, and the codes of law that are connected to Leviticus. And so Leviticus goes all the way over to here, to where Rebecca's holding it, and there is right here the fourth book of the Bible, Bamidbar, in the wilderness. So what's interesting is all the way from where Suzanne is, to all the way here, this is Genesis, from Exodus, Leviticus, and right here is where Numbers starts. And we've never left from where Rosemary is, from where the 10 Commandments is, right about where between Sophia and Rosemary, to right here, we haven't left Mount Sinai. So from that whole point, all of Exodus, all the rest of Exodus, and all the way through Leviticus, we're never leaving Mount Sinai. It says right here, Bnei Yisrael, Behar Sinai. And the Mount Sinai is right at the end of Leviticus. And here's Numbers, where we're in the wilderness. We start our journey, and we start moving, and not always good stuff happens, unfortunately, in that story. We do a lot of things that kind of get us in the wrong direction. And there are no parts where you can actually kind of like see the Torah the way that it's written differently. But when we get to right here, right past Haiti, between Haiti and Tim, is where the fifth book of the Bible, Deuteronomy, Ele Devarim, these are the words that God spoke to Moses. And so right here, we get to the promised land, and right about, we're going to cross over. Right here is where the fifth book, see that, Jonah? Right here, that space right there? That's where the fifth book of the Bible starts, the last book, the part we just finished. And it starts right here, and right about here, and it's kind of hard to see in the small Torah, right where Tim is where the Shema is written. And the Shema is written with a big ayin and a big daled right here. And it's hard to see. Actually, right here before that is where the second time the second commandments are given in the book of Deuteronomy, written right here where these gaps are. That's where the 10 Commandments are. These little spaces here are the 10 Commandments. And then here's the Shema. And then we go all the way through Deuteronomy. And we don't move at all at Deuteronomy. We're staying in the same place, right at the side of the Jordan River, right before we cross over. And this is the part that we just finished. We just read Ha'azinu last week, the Song of Moses. And then, right here is the parts that we just read. All the miracles done by God through Moses in front of the eyes of Pharaoh. All of his courtiers, all of his court, his servants, and all of the eyes, in front of the eyes of all Israel. And that was the last part that we read. So that is a year in the making. So this time next year, we're going to read a lot of Torah. We're going to have a lot of growth and a lot of development. And some people are actually going to read the Torah for their bar mitzvah. Nate, when's your bar mitzvah? What?
September 3rd.
Yeah. So his Torah portion is going to be right from the end of the Torah cycle in Deuteronomy next year. So right about here. So not only do we have times for thinking about how the Torah is, but when it's going to be read, but that part of it's going to be read by us, which is really exciting. Hopefully all of it will be read by us. So we're all going to read Torah this year, and we're going to study it and grow through it, and we're going to roll the Torah back up. We're going to roll the Torah back up. Yeah. We're going to do some music as we roll the Torah.
You got tired.
I did, but I've been working out.
Okay.
No, I haven't been working out, but I have been. Yeah, I have. A little bit, but not enough. All right, thanks. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. What do you think, Jonah?
First there's Bereshit, that's Genesis. Shemot,
Thank you.
Exodus,
Good job.
Vayikra,
Good job. One day this will be your Torah too, for your bar mitzvah.
of Numbers, Bamidbar, and the very last book that we read in Hebrew, it's called Devarim, Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy. Let's get some dudes out of people.
You're watching this? Yeah, I got it. Thank you, man. Woo. Thank you.
First there's Bereshit, that's Genesis. Shemot,
Thank you.
Exodus,
Thank you, Rita.
Vayikra, Leviticus,
Sheldon.
and just
Good
two more. The book of Numbers, Bamidbar, and the very last book that we read in Hebrew, it's called Devarim, Deuteronomy. Give me a Deuteronomy, everybody. Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy. It's in the Torah. First there's Bereshit, that's Genesis. Shemot, Exodus, Vayikra, Leviticus, and just two more. The book of Numbers, Bamidbar, and the very last book that we read in Hebrew, it's called Devarim, Deuteronomy. 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 It's in the
All right, everybody. So we are going to read the very, very first words of the Torah now. And this is very exciting when we do this, because we're going to never stop reading Torah, and the way we reinforce that is by literally reading the very, very first words of the Torah the same night that we finish the last words. And so we're going to read the very beginning. So you're going to hear the very first words of creation, and the creation of what this year will be like is largely up to us, and largely, hopefully, going to be guided by our connection to Torah. So the very beginning we're going to read, and I'll read it in English first for you. It says, Bereshit bara Elohim. In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was wild and waste. It was tohu vavohu. And there was darkness on the face of the waters. And God's Spirit was over the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw that it was good. And God separated the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and to the darkness God called it night, evening. And there was an evening, and there was a day, the first day. So we're going to read the very beginning, and I'm calling up as our Chasan Bereshit, as our bride of Bereshit. We're going to call up the Kala of Bereshit, Rosemary.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Amvarach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, ve'haaretz hayta tohu vavohu, ve'choshech al panei tehom, ve'ruach Elohim merachefet al panei hamayim, vayomer Elohim yehi or, vayehi or, vayah Elohim et haor ki tov, vayavdel Elohim ben or uven hachoshech, Vayikra Elohim la'or yom, ve'lachoshech kara layla, vayhi erev, vayhi voker, yom echad.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'hayeh olam nata b'chosheinu. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Thank you. So we're going to lift up the Torah and show everybody the part that we just finished with. You saw all the Torah, but we're going to show you the part that we just read from the very last words of the Torah, or the very first words of the Torah, the very last thing that we just read. So we're going to raise up the Torah and ask everyone to stand one more time as we say, V'zot HaTorah. V'zot HaTorah asher sa Moshe lifnei v'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai Beyad Moshe. So, we're going to have some very special songs to go out to, and we want to remind everybody that this Saturday is our pet service at 12 o'clock. We're going to have our very, very short pet service on the 22nd. That's this Saturday at 12. We have our Celebration of Life pet service. Take a flyer in case you will not remember it. It's late. So here are some final songs before we put away the Torah.
Sweet as honey,
Sweet as honey,
sweet as honey on our tongue.
sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue.
Adonai.
trying to get Jonah. Mitzvotav etzivanu.
Ma'asok bedivrei Torah. Ma'asok bedivrei Torah. Everybody bring it home with us. Here we go. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Everybody singing, come on now. Sweet as let us soak it up. Let it all sink in. Sweet words of Torah. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. One more time, your voices. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue.
Woo. Oh, wow. Thank you, everybody. Chag Sameach, and thank you to Rick and Wendy, our duo for tonight. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody who is watching and participating at home. We hope that you also had fun too. And hopefully we'll see you, everybody, with your pets this Saturday for pet service. So everybody have a great rest of the week. Chag Sameach, everybody. Chag Sameach. There's no more candy.
Wrapping, so we didn't need to do that.